Alright, so I tried out Arknights Endfield after seeing a lot of crap about it. It's pretty good. I like it. The characters are pretty cool. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of variety. The story is there. It exists, and I think the game looks absolutely incredible. I think the open world is very nice, and I think there's a lot of stuff that you're allowed to do. There's a lot of freedom. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the factory! Alright, so you see this big white pillar in the center. Yeah, this is the factory. This is the start of it anyways. This is where you put all your stuff and all your stuff comes out of. I got a lot of resources coming in, coming out, some resources that don't exist, and some resources that I just don't bother to collect because they're useless to me. But you see all these machines, you see the spinny things in the center, those are power related. And that's what I'm here to talk about. The power relays. Or relay towers, whatever they're called, I don't care. You see this? This is where it's at. 80 meters of pure power. And I can just transmit this whenever I feel like it. Anywhere, anytime, any place, doesn't matter, you've got power. There's power in front of your face now, power in front of your front door. You can't get out? Too bad. Power. All from me. All the power, it's coming from me. But you can also connect these to pylons. Pylons, they power stuff that won't take power directly from the relays. And there's an upgrade that lets you transmit power from the pylons, but it's only 30 meters, so it's not as efficient. But it still allows you to do a lot of funny things. For one, if you go underground, somewhere you can't really place relays, you can just place those instead. Also, this would happen to be how many power relays I have placed down. And let me tell you, it's simply not enough. I need more. Like a lot more. I want my map to be covered in power relays. I want that shit to look like the US power grid. I want every square inch to look like a spider web of my glorious factory empire. While I was making this video, I was like, man, I don't have a way to get around fast enough. Then I remembered that zip lines exist, and I can place, so many of these things. So I placed a lot of them. And, as you can see right now, you can also see my mass amounts of power lines everywhere. I want every single animal and person on this planet to be inconvenienced by my design. I want them all to know that I exist here for the sake of power. I want them to feel the power. I want them to be irradiated with how much power my factory produces. I'm going to have power lines across this whole planet, and if possible, I would like to find a way to get into space. But this game just came out, so we're going to have to wait for that one. But, yeah. I've got 114 out of 200 placed down. And you know what that means? That's like 86 opportunities to place down more power lines to inconvenience more people. Now you may be like, but won't that affect your game and have some performance issue and won't it stop certain things from spawning? And to that I say, hell no. You see this big area up here? It's going to be covered in power lines. A lot of power lines. So many power lines. I went back to base just to show you how to make these things. You make these things from the basic ore and the thing you craft with the basic ore. And it is the least expensive thing, which is it is the game developer's single biggest mistake that they made it so cheap. Because clearly they weren't thinking about people like me when they designed this thing. And I'm completely okay with that, because it allows me to do shit like this, where I make everything inconvenient for everyone else in this game. And I find that funny. But over here, if you progress a little bit in the game and the story, you unlock research points, and they have you unlock auto miners, which automatically transport stuff to the facility. See, this is how I make the stuff that lets me make my glorious power lines. And, you know, I have a lot. You know, nothing to be concerned about. A casual 8,000 is nothing, you know, it's nothing to be worried about. 8,000's like such just a small number. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. But yeah, you can set up your mines to auto mine as long as they have power, which, as you can see, I have a lot of power. But I need more power. I need power everywhere, like as far as the eye can see. Power. Like I want this whole planet to glow yellow types of power. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be a future thing. I need to figure out a way to place more, get more, because while I was doing this, I started with a max of like 180, 120, something like that, and it just kept increasing. So, I mean, if they're not gonna stop me, I'm just gonna keep going, because why wouldn't I? But while I was here, I just started placing zip lines because, you know, zip lines also have a bunch of wires connected to them, and, you know, that just makes the whole world look even messier, and I find that hilarious. It also doesn't help that I'm spiderwebbing everything together so that it looks even more complicated than it is. I want everything to be connected to each other, and I mean absolutely everything. Like, I want this to be like the spider webs of spider webs. I want this to look like the most complicated and disorganized mess you've ever seen. I want this to look like those cables behind your computer that are always tangled for no reason other than they just are. Because why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be just absolutely tangled? But yeah. I'm also going to use the time of this video to explain a few things, which is, I don't really care about the story in this game. It exists, like I said earlier, it exists. And for any of you people who are like, oh, did you play the other version of this game, the tower defense? I did not, so I don't know who these people are, and frankly, I couldn't care less. All I care about is my factory. You give me the option to make a glorious factory empire, and you want me to not do that and focus on something else? How dare you? I feel offended by that you would ever say such a thing. But, yeah. I'm gonna, quick side note here, I'm gonna try voicing videos more, mostly because I hate making subtitles, but I'll still keep making subtitles, just for the, just in the form of the captions that YouTube makes. And if I can't do that, then I'll figure something out. It can't be that hard, but knowing YouTube, it probably is harder than it needs to be, because why wouldn't it be? Yeah. Also, for people that are confused, the kind of warped and glowy zip lines, yeah, those are placed by other people, along with those things. But yeah, that's I can't control where those are, but they also help a lot because it means I don't have to spend my like limited 20 zipline slots, and I can just abuse where people put theirs. And that's very good. Earlier in the video, I'm sure you either noticed or didn't care to notice because you were listening to me ramble on about being an idiot and covering the world in power, but each area has its own power line limit, and again, since the devs are fucking fools, I'm gonna abuse that. See, in this area, I get 200. In, like, the other area that I showed you earlier, I get 80. And again, there's 40 power lines in that area. Why? Because I can. And I find it hilarious. There's more areas in the game. There's somewhere called the Quarry, and, like, some other human base that, you know, can have power lines placed on it. So obviously, I'm gonna make everyone's life there a living hell. Because why would I? What kind of merciless being would I be if I didn't make it as inconvenient for everybody as possible? See, look at this. Look at how inconvenient this must be for these poor saps. Like, there's power lines everywhere. Like, nobody's getting around this place without running into at least, like, 20 of these. Yeah, there's no. But for those who are curious about where all this power stuff and this manufacturer stuff, who designed all this, it was actually me, the main character. Yeah, I don't know. The basic thing I got from the intro was I fell asleep in a rock for like a 10, 20-ish years. And they were like, oh, we gotta wait for our guy, our goober, to come back. And then they can fix everything because this planet is a total mess. So obviously, I need to fix it by shoving power down its throat. And I designed this. That's basically all I know. But I find that hilarious that these characters are depending on me, and they need me to like save the planet, and then they're just watching me walk around and place like a shit ton of power lines, just rambling on about how I need power everywhere. I can't be powerless anywhere on this planet. There can't be like a square foot where there's no power for me to abuse, obviously. And I just find that really funny. Because when I see games like these, I take every action as canon. Like, you ever play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, and you make just some random contraption? And that's canon? That's funny to me. Like, that's absolutely hilarious. Like, you're Zelda, and you just see Link just flying on a massive, just random structure, not doing anything, and torturing Koroks. And that's fucking funny. I'm just doing the same thing here. I gotta spread the good word. The good word of my power. My presence, matter of fact. Yeah, and you see that black thing in the sky every occasion. I know they want me to fix that. I don't care. I don't want to fix it. Looks cool. It matches my power lines really well. Yeah, the fucking black and red and purple clash well with my yellow and white. But, yeah, no. Everywhere. It's gotta be everywhere. My map, you see it? Not enough. It's too not covered. Too not covered. There's more space that needs to be filled. And it will get filled in the video you're seeing right now. But I'm gonna use the rest of the wavelength of this video. Not wavelength, what the fuck am I talking about? The rest of the time on this video to explain some things, some other things about the channel, which is I'm gonna try and post at least once every week, whether it be a stream or a video or both, or something on my TikTok, which, hey, go check that out. I'm pretty sure it's linked here. If it's not, I'll link it in sometime, whenever I get around to it. But yeah, I wanna do more stuff. I wanna do more videos, more streams. Quick side note, because this happened on the last God of War stream, if you saw it. But someone came in my chat. They offered me their services for like art and to spruce up the channel a bit. And I would like to say I will respectfully decline all like forms of just wanting to do stuff for the channel for the time being, and that's just for the time being, because this channel is like it's just a thing I do for fun. I'd like to make money off of it, but I just like doing this because I like making videos. I like making videos. They're fun. I like doing things and recording them. But I'd also like to play more than just 2 games at a time. I'm trying to figure out what else to do, what else would be interesting. Thought about Crossworlds, Sonic Crossworlds. That one's pretty good, but then again, it's just going to be me doing time trials for like 30 minutes, getting sad, and then shutting the game off. And those time trials, they're absolute crap. Don't listen to what anybody else says. You can't do them. You need like the god tier reflexes of Sonic the Hedgehog himself to do them. And that's just bullshit. There's no way. I call bullshit. There's no way in hell that they're gonna just let you do that. It's not possible. I've tried. Even with like the best setup that I can muster. You can't do it. But yeah, more games will be coming to the channel. Hopefully like at least 2 or 3 more. I'm not gonna like overwhelm myself and play like 30 games at the same time, but just more than 2 would be good. I do play games in my off time, but I'd like to, spice it up, get some variety in there. I can't just have everything be Minecraft and God of War, even though God of War is peak and Minecraft is just absolute fun. Even if it's by myself. That's a bit sad when I say that out loud. But we're moving on. I have a lot of games in the backlog. You can recommend some games to me. They just have to be on PlayStation 5. I genuinely don't have a computer. I can't figure out a way to play anything else other than mobile games and games that fit on this thing. But I got backlog. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of games just in my library sitting there waiting to be played. But speaking of games that I played for older people that have been around on this channel, for those that saw my Dark Revival series and saw that it was unfinished, I'm gonna bring it back. I'll revive it. I bet you saw what I did there. And yes, I know I'm funny. Thank you very much. But I'm gonna bring it back because I actually know what all the bugs are, and I'm gonna try and work around it because there's a lot of bugs and a lot of things I didn't know before that kept me from getting true 100%, getting that true platinum, which is what I try to do every time I make a video here. I try to platinum the game, but sometimes videos like this might just be a one-off of me being clinically insane for like 15 minutes. I don't know, how long is this video? 19, 20 minutes? Man, I placed power lines for so long. That's funny to me. It just means my empire will grow to such magnitude. But yeah. I'm just gonna do what I can. Again. Want to make more videos. Like I said, 1 video a week, which might become 1 video, 1 stream a week. It just depends on how things plan out, life and all, things happen. School sucks major dong. But, you can't escape it. You always gotta go to school. Stay in school. It sucks, but you gotta do it. Some things are important. Some things. But yeah, I'm just trying to do my best here on this thing. Again, this is my first time actually using the voice recorder function. I do have a microphone that I can disconnect from my headset that I have, but I don't know if I'm going to use that just yet. I've been told the quality on it is kind of ass, so I'll test it out some other time. I got a little lazy and just forgot I had it, so we're just going with this. Again, if anything's like cut in and out, it's just because the remote microphone isn't good or isn't picking up my voice because I'm being too quiet. But yeah. Hey, look at my map. Covered in power lines and zip lines. But it's not enough. You see that? You see in the bottom there? Not enough. I can place 49 more power lines and 11 more zip lines. There's not enough power. Needs more. Needs more. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. I don't know. I'll probably make another video this week because this will be last week's video. I don't know. But yeah, that'll be it. Intro, outro here. I don't know. I need one of those.